Journey to the West is a classic novel written in the 1500s by a man we know as Wu Chenyin. It's a historical fiction account about a real Buddhist monk named Xuanzang and his journey to India to bring back sacred Buddhist texts to the Chinese emperor. Uproar in Heaven is about one of the characters in the book, Sun Wukong. What's interesting to note is that even though the Monkey King is the most popular character of the book, even in modern times, he's actually not the main character. So the movie starts out as Journey to the West does. A magical rock on top of a mountain is struck by lightning, split in half, and gave birth to a magic rock monkey. The movie does not go into detail about how he became what we know as the Monkey King, but in the book he studies under a Taoist monk, gaining incredible powers of transformation. He finds a home for his monkey friends behind a waterfall, and they dub him king over them. Sun Wukong has been king for a while now. He trains his subjects in fighting, but can't do so because no weapons can withstand his great prowess. Sun Wukong goes to see the Dragon King in order to find the perfect weapon. He also storms to the Dragon Palace like a boss. The Dragon King offers Sun 3 different spears of different sizes, all of which proved inadequate for Sun. Exasperated, the king challenges Sun Wukong to try to take the giant sea-fixing pin, which is used to control floods. Sun obviously takes said pin easily, and uses its magic to shrink it down to size. Now here is some amazing animation. Seriously, for a much older movie, this martial art was choreographed so beautifully and way better than even some modern-day kids' cartoons. With the pin's shrinking ability, Sun reverently sticks it in his ear, and the Dragon King gets mad about losing his treasure. But to be honest, it really was his fault. Dragon goes to the Jade Emperor to help regain the sea-fixing pin. It's decided that instead of banishing or punishing Sun Wukong, they would simply imprison him in heaven. So, what does the Jade Emperor think? Wukong goes back to his home and shows off his new weapon. The monkeys notice one of Heaven's emissaries coming and show him to Sun. White Planet, the name of the heavenly being, bribes Sun to come to Heaven, which was very easy and required no arm twisting. Sun gets a sweet tour of Heaven, and might I add, the artwork is simply gorgeous. The Monkey King shows some of his monkey mischief and meets the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor gives him the position of Protector of the Horse, which was, unbeknownst to Sun, the lowest position in heaven. Sun enjoys taking care of the horses and actually does a pretty good job at it. The Humane Society would be proud. There are some nostalgic, pleasant music segments that simply get you to relax into the movie. Modern movies tend to cut scenes faster and faster, leaving very little room to just let it soak in. Although the music can be a bit loud and spiked, suffering from the extent of recording technology in the day, I found it charming. The guy assigned to watch over Sun Wukong comes to check up on things. He's offended by Sun's work, but Sun gets a solid comeback. Angered, the guy sends guards to apprehend him. Now Sun gets mad about the Jade Emperor's attempt to control him and proceeds to destroy the heavenly stables, and then leaves to return to the Mountain of Flowers and Fruits. As the heavenly court argues about how to punish Sun, a messenger sends word that the Monkey King declared himself the great sage of heaven. This self-proclaimed great sage starts training his monkeys in fighting. Then this happens for a bit. Heaven's forces come down to fight Sun Wukong. I must say, the character designs are quite fantastic. The fight scenes are so creative, and there's such an incredibly well thought out design to them. Sun defeats each foe with incredible ease, and the heavenly beings leave. The scene cuts back to the Jade Emperor, watching some beautifully choreographed peacock women dancing. His advisor interrupts their dancing and informs the Jade Emperor of what Sun Wukong did. White Planet and the guy face off again on how to deal with the Great Sage, and this time, White Planet gets the point. Back in Monkey Paradise, things are looking swell. Yet, here is an interesting example of a side of Sun that seems to be overlooked. Take the Jade Emperor's horses, for instance. Sure, he's mischievous and rebellious, but other than that, he's a really caring monkey. This makes me wonder if the heavenly beings are really that heavenly, if they want to punish him so badly. White Planet comes to invite the Great Sage to be keeper of Queen Mother's peach garden, and although he refuses at first, he accepts. Yeah, totally not suspicious. Worth an earshot. Sun Wukong examines the peach gardens, and God of Earth foolishly informs him that the peaches can give eternal life. It kinda reminds me of the Lorax. Sun eats the peaches, recklessly swallowing the pit to make sure they're life-giving fruit. Oh wait. Not long afterwards, the Peach Banquet arrives, and a beautiful musical number is sung by the heavenly maidens coming to gather said peaches. Sun is informed that even though the entire heavenly host was invited to the banquet, he was not. He gets mad and leaves to confront the Jade Emperor. Triple rainbow. Turning invisible, he goes to check out the banquet. Fumes from an alcoholic beverage capture Sun's interest, and so he puts everyone to sleep. He then thinks it wise to get raging drunk. Sun pulls out one of his hairs to turn into a magic bag and robs the palace. He then saunters off and mistakenly wanders into the Dao Shai Palace. Still drunk, he pilfers through the Lord's pharmacy and eats the golden elixir like a girl who just got her hands on her favorite candy. The Great Sage returns to his earthly home and shares the spoils with his monkey brethren, technically making them all get eternal life by getting them all drunk. It's even kid-friendly! Bring the whole family in on the fun! Back at the banquet, the party guests arrive and are stupefied at the stolen goods and the work ethic of their servants. Everyone is in an outrage, and even White Planet advocates severe punishment. 100,000 soldiers are dispatched to fight Sun Wukong. Various means are used to fight him, and a huge battle breaks out between the monkey forces and the heavenly beings. There is definitely a lot of thought put into every movement. American cartoons back in the day often reused animations, making it feel like a mirror. Here, however, there are so many complicated movements and hard angles that the animators tackle head-on. The fighting gets intense as Sun Wukong faces off in a transforming battle sequence. Sun briefly wins, which brings to consideration how mild the victories are. Even when someone is defeated, the directors make sure that the audiences know they aren't really dead. The fight continues, but then a magical disc chains up Sun. The Jade Emperor tries to execute him, but no matter what, Sun won't die because he's immortal. One of the heavenly hosts sticks him in a cauldron to try to cook the golden elixir out.
Bring on the roasted potatoes. Bring on the borscht. This is what good cooking is all about. This is what good cooking is all about.
Yep, he's okay. Sun goes straight to the Jade Emperor and obliterates the place. He returns home to his rejoicing friends, and the movie draws to a close. What's interesting is what note the movie leaves off on. A mischievous monkey is able to defeat heaven and is praised as the hero. There are no clear-cut good guys and bad guys. I mean, Sun Wukong did do some bad things to the fall of others, but he was for the most part very considerate about those he cared about. The heavenly beings, on the other hand, were powerful and divine, but they showed a lack of understanding and patience. Not only that, it left out a very important fact from the book. In Journey to the West, after Sun Wukong is captured by the Jade Emperor, the Jade Emperor goes to the Buddha for help. Buddha is infinitely more powerful than any being and imprisons Sun under a mountain for 300 years. The great sage is freed by the actual main character, Xuanzang, later on. If you're interested in reading the classic or want to watch the movie, links are in the description below. Thanks for watching!